So we're back in Hunting Sim 2 today, and I wanted to head out into the forest region, but a couple of things I wanted to show real quick, just that I kind of noticed between the last video and this one. Number one, this gun in here, I think is something you unlock once you've claimed one of every type of animal. I don't know if you have to buy it, or like how that actually goes, but I think that's kind of neat. But then, I also wanted to show on the laptop, if we go into the store, and we go to, not weapons, but licenses, it does show what can actually shoot all the individual animals. So I know like our 30-06, it's going to be fine for whitetail, mule deer, elk, not cougar, good for black bear and grizzly bear, good for moose, like the stuff I'm expecting to run into in the forest that we're headed to. So kind of excited to see how that goes, and I think I'm all set to head out. I'm pretty sure I got everything set up before I started, so I'm curious to see how this is going to go. But, I mean, one quick look will say, this is not going to be running around in the open and spotting animals in the distance. It's just a lot thicker, and I think I may try sticking around water. I don't know if animals like drink or if that's a thing at all in this game, but I do know there's just going to be some clearing around the water that's going to allow us to see a bit into the distance. So we'll start with that and kind of see how that goes for us. But I would say of the two Colorado maps, this is certainly the more challenging. Okay, finally we have an elk. He's actually just walking this way, and I found out you can go prone if you hold control, which I didn't realize this entire time in all of last video. But I really hope we can either make a frontal heart shot or he goes broadside or something. You know what? I have an elk color. But spooked him. We got 2 hits in him. I know we can't shoot him a third time. I hope that's going to bring him down. But seriously, I did not want to try to wait forever again until we found something. So hopefully we hit him halfway decent. I still see him moving up there, so I don't love the chances of that. But these are his tracks. Where's the blood at? So the blood has actually gone to pale, and I'm pretty confident he's not going to die at this point without another shot. I hear something. Oh, there's an elk right there. Wow. I gotta assume it says male. I also think that's the same one because we got too many shots. So that wasn't the most male-sounding elk, but I mean, we got him without hitting any of his organs, evidently. So he's a mature elk, which I guess is a good thing, but yeah, that took me nearly an hour to kill one animal here in the forest. Now, the good thing is, despite the fact that we got fined for too many shots, you get enough credits from an elk that we'll actually make money from that as long as we don't, like, keep it, which we won't. Because I do want to actually save up for binoculars if I end up doing another episode of this, but I'm going to try to find one more animal. My goodness, if it takes as long as it did to find that one, it's going to be forever. And actually, just so we see that, our elk license is now used up 3 of 3, so they are actually, like, long-term. So when we buy an elk license, we can shoot 3 elk, and then we need to head back to the lodge and buy a new elk license, I assume. So that's interesting. And our doggo is finding us something. I'd love to find a deer of some sort, but I don't know. Whatever we can find at this point, we'll take. There's a white-tailed deer, so let's see if we can actually manage to find it now. The tracking certainly can be a little bit slow, and maybe that's something that actually speeds up, like, as your dog gains expertise and everything. Maybe, like, they will track a little bit faster, but it feels like we're just never going to catch up to this deer at the pace we're going. Oh, gosh. There's a bear right there. Okay. Can I tell my dog to stay? It was 70 meters away. I do like that they do have some vocalizations, but they're quite rare. I can't believe I couldn't see that, though, because I just scanned this entire area. I guess it was kind of too far down below me, maybe? I do have a grizzly bear license. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Let's see if we can get a lung shot. should have been. That's a black bear. Actually, our bear is down right there. Not bad. Can I praise my dog? There we go. We even give him a pet. Just for helping us actually find something in less than an hour. So maybe I can go look for one more thing. I'd love to find a mule deer, really. Black bear model does not look bad. It's a young bear, which probably makes sense because it was actually hanging around despite us moving a good bit, but a well-placed lung shot seems to do pretty good. But, man, if you don't hit him in the lungs, good luck. That's all I'll say. But I guess, quite honestly, that's realistic. I wish it maybe didn't say bright blood, because I do think maybe it's saying that for most shots, but it could also have something to do with the freshness and not actually the quality of the hit. But, yeah. I'll spend like a half hour, see if I can find anything else. This area seems to be pretty good, because my elk is right down there by that lake. And there's a road that ends there. Maybe there's like a hunting tower, so... Dog already found us something. I don't know if I'm going to continue tracking that whitetail. Dropped fruit. Dark would mean it's old, but it's more whitetail tracks. Honestly, I've not had any success trying to track animals. I've just ended up either hearing them like the bear or seeing them like the elk, so I think we're just going to scoot around and see if we spot anything. It's a really nice view from up here, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing in sight. That's that I didn't even see that bear when it was really near us. But these tracks are still old, and that's the thing. I'm not sure if we're ever going to be able to catch up to this. Maybe it'll lead us to another black bear, but unfortunately, I have used up the only tag I had for a black bear, so go figure that's what we find another one of. But at least we are starting to find animals. Like, I feel like taking it slow has actually helped me with that. Oh gosh, there was a buck right there. Where did he come from? I don't understand. Literally tracking a moose and just turn around because the dog lost the trail? I think we might have gotten him because it unspotted right away. So I'm hoping we dropped it. Yeah. My goodness. This map is difficult. This is a bigger buck than we have in our lodge, which is good. He's a mature buck. 75 meters, got him in the lung. Gosh, I want to go find that moose. He actually lost the trail of it already. So now I don't know what to do, really. What did you find? And where are you? You found... Yeah, we sort of dealt with that already, but...
Good job.
I don't know. I think we may actually leave it at that. And at this point, I decided I wasn't happy with the amount of animals we got to see from the forest map, so I went out for a lot more hunting. And one of the first things I ran into was a moose, which just called right after I started another hunt, so I went for a shot on that, and I kind of slowly started to figure out animals that start kind of limping like this once you shoot them are fatally wounded, and they'll go down relatively quickly, as this guy did. But the more I've played the game, the more I kind of have figured out some of the interesting, like, mechanics that I didn't realize were the case before. So I talked about the blood, where I wasn't sure like what the brightness meant, and that is just simply the age of it. It has nothing to do with the quality of the hit, which I think I kind of figured out earlier in this video. But yeah, we actually got to see a few more of these species that are here in the forest, and I thought that was actually a good idea for this video, since we really only got to see 2 new ones. Now, of course, this is a young bull moose, so nothing really special trophy-wise. But moose are worth a really high number of credits, so they're really, really worth the time to actually go after and get if you're looking for credits to earn in the game, because they're just, I think, 3,000 or 4,000. I'm pretty sure it's 4,000. I believe they were better even than the black bear. Which, speaking of black bear, I actually found another one, again by the same way. It just happened to call, and I could kind of see where its vitals were, so I went for that shot. Now, the red over its body, I don't know if I described that in any of the videos yet. That actually has to do with their, basically, state of alertness. Yellow is kind of like their alert, and they may spook, they may not. Once they're red, they're spooked. So, I knew I didn't have very long to take that shot. And again, we see, as we track this guy, a well-placed lung shot brings them down really, really quickly. It's just a matter of, in the previous videos, I wasn't making the lung shots I needed. And I think bullet drop may have been a part of that on the plains. I do need to get a rangefinder, for sure. so I can get that figured out. But that was another quick kill that I got once I sort of set out after recording that video. After that, I was able to find another young bull moose, and I also started playing a lot more in third person, just simply because I really like the player model in this game. I think they did a really good job, and I like the camouflage options you have as well. And by the way, they actually give you multiple gun slots as well, and that's not something we can use in this preview build. I assume, you know, the full release you'll either have to unlock that, or my guess is that a bigger backpack will actually do that. But I mentioned like not being able to shoot the cougar with the 30-06, and of course we can only carry the one weapon at a time, but that's not going to be an issue once you like get that other weapon slot, and you may just start with it, I don't know, but you'll actually be able to, you know, carry weapons for everything potentially. But then lastly, I finally found the thing that I really wanted to see the most in this game, and that was the mule deer. So I was trying to give him a couple of calls to get him to come my way, but it didn't really seem like he wanted to do that. He was going across there broadside, and I figured rather than potentially risk him getting away, the first mule deer I had seen in probably about 5 or 6 hours on this map, I thought I'd go for a shot as soon as I got him into the open again. And eventually, once working past a couple of these trees, we do actually get an opportunity to go for a shot. And luckily, right away, you see he's kind of doing that limping animation, and then he goes down. So we finally get to see what a mule deer looks like in Hunting Sim 2. And honestly, they were one of the species I was most looking forward to actually seeing, so I really spent a long time trying to find one. And quite honestly, the models are pretty decent. Antlers are passable. They're a little too whitetail looking for me, but certainly not too bad. And we finally got the specific animal that I set out to basically look for the moment I saw they were on the forest map. And you know, the more I've actually played Hunting Sim 2, the more I've genuinely enjoyed just like going out and going for hunts and trying to get stuff added to the trophy lodge. Like we got the new black bear in this video, which the black bear do look a little bit kind of odd in the lodge. It looked a lot better, I actually thought, when we initially shot it, but it's a little bit kind of almost feathery looking instead of fur, but that's kind of the case with all the fur in the game, and there's always hope for like improvement in future Hunting Sim games, but that's kind of the case with everything, graphics-wise and model-wise in the game. Is not amazing, but it's more than passable. Like, it's still pretty good, and honestly, that might be my best characterization of the game. It's not like a revolutionary hunting game or anything like that, but it's a lot of fun, and I definitely intend on doing like a full playthrough of the game, like trying to completely fill the trophy lodge, hopefully with all mature animals. I think mature is the like age class to go for. Like, I've not seen anything above that so far, and I think everything we have, maybe except for the bear, is mature now. I'm not sure. But yeah, the one thing I will say, I wish the mule deer had a little more, you know, mule deer looking antlers. Unfortunately, those look a lot more like whitetail, as I said. But again, more than passable for a hunting game, and I'm really actually looking forward to playing it on the Switch. I think it's going to be a fantastic mobile hunting game, and especially like the meadows would be pretty easy, I think, from what I've seen. But the challenge of the forest, at least from my experience, will actually be a lot of fun to try to fill the lodge with those mature animals. And I do want to see the grizzly bear still. That's one that I definitely want to see, and I'm planning on doing more Hunting Sim 2 content from this preview build, and hopefully we can maybe find those animals and the rest of the ones from the meadows as well. Like we found this red fox, which is no achievement really, they're all over the meadows map, but something I got to add to the lodge, and there's tons of room for new additions and tons of stuff I want to get. But yeah, like I said, I'm planning on doing the other gameplay videos, and I want to do a full review of the game as well. Once I've played it a little bit more. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content on another hunting game as well. But I do think that's going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.